What's poppin' internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Filmcast, a show where we reel you into Harry Potter movies, specifically The Order of the Phoenix. This episode, I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me again this week is your boy Michael Clare for take 4 or 3. Was this 3?
3.
Take 3? Yeah.
3. We
had to stop a couple of times, had flubs, had some weird problems, and then, the dog destroyed the set.
I wouldn't say it was ever on our end.
Yeah.
The first one was the computer, the second one was the dog.
Yeah. We're good now.
We're
in this. We're going to be ranking and reviewing Order of the Phoenix this episode. Please remember, next week there will be no Filmcast. It will be replaced by the 100th episode extravaganza. But before we get into the ranking of Order of the Phoenix, which I'm really excited for, because honestly, this one can place. This one's a toss-up, I feel like.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's an interesting pick, definitely. And also, I'm excited because that gives me the green light to go in on the next two movies. Exactly.
Now, are you going to watch them back-to-back? Or are you going to pace yourself like a good man?
We'll figure it out. I don't know. We're going to watch Half-Blood Prince tomorrow.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens after that. See what's going on. We'll see how we feel.
At least a week.
Are we feeling spicy? I don't know.
Just don't watch it back-to-back.
Anyway, a little bit of housekeeping for you. If you enjoyed this show, you should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/syncedup, where for $1 you can get access to our lovely Discord, where 2 of our people this week decided not to turn on their autosave and lose a bunch of progress in their Pokemon games, and we all talked about that. Isaiah completely disregarded it, which was funny. But if you pay $1, you can get in there and you could realize
Alpha Abra, though.
Alpha Abra, you'd realize why that's funny. Or you can pay $5 to get access to the post shows of all the shows that we do and many more goodies, all from youtube.com/syncedupodcast and podcasting services around the globe. Speaking of youtube.com/syncedupodcast, jump on over there and give us a like and a sub. We'd very much appreciate that. And if you're on youtube.com/syncedupodcast, you only watch the video version, go drop a sub and some ratings and reviews on the audio versions of the podcast. We'd very much appreciate that. New episodes of this show specifically go up in all of those feeds Tuesdays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang. You can also write into the show to syncedupod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, concerns, or games, and we will read those on the show. We finally have a write-in this week, and it's from your boy Pablo. Very, very excited about that. Who's the new guy? Do you remember his name? I don't remember his name. But he was in the comments. We seen you last week. Thank you for being in the comments. We appreciate you. We love you. Remember? You remember?
Yeah.
Are you saying it?
No. He had 2 comments.
Yeah, 2 comments. Yep.
I remember it.
Yeah.
He was asking about how to write in.
Yep. And then he edited it.
He edited it.
And then talked about how we're like early, kind of funny, which I appreciated.
I don't know what that means.
I appreciate it.
I know
it's
appreciate
worthy.
Kind of funny. I don't know the difference between early and late.
It's pretty big, but I'll take that.
Kind of funny.
That's a compliment in my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Also, you should consider dropping a follow on Twitter at SyncedUpPod to keep up to date with all of our content. All of our content from across the big old board. Part of that board is TikTok. Go over to SyncedUpPod on TikTok. Give us likes, subs, share some of those videos, comments on some of those videos, and add some of those videos to your favorites. That will help us in the engagement and get us some extra views. Also, jump over to Spotify, rate us 5 stars. Get excited next week as well for the 100th episode extravaganza. We got some good write-ins already. Fielding has wrote in a developer duel game.
Fielding constantly supplying the content for the show.
Developer duel game.
What a guy.
And a quote game. He's written in both of those things. I imagine he'll write in some more. Spencer is writing is this title a Skyrim quest or a chapter from a fantasy novel, which I think could be a fun game to play.
That's fun.
Yeah, so he wrote that in. We're going to be ranking some stuff. We're going to be doing a lot of fun things next week for the 100th episode extravaganza. So in this feed, there will be no traditional Filmcast. It will be the 100th episode extravaganza. Just double upload it. It'll come a day early, Monday, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang, instead of Tuesday, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone gang. We're gonna be doing some cool stuff. The girls will have a segment. They'll be on here. They'll be talking a little bit. We'll rank some stuff. We'll play some games. I got some AI generated art. I'm gonna have Mike try to guess what the games are. There's some really cool stuff that we're gonna be doing, and I'm very, very excited about that. So if you have any ideas for what we should do, because we're trying to do an extra long podcast, drop it in the comments. Send it in our inboxes. Post it in the Discord. Send it to the email. Doesn't matter. Just get excited for that and let us know what you would like us to do, because we're just gonna have a good old fun time. Yep. Now let's jump right into it. That was enough housekeeping. All right, 5 minutes in the show. Order of the Phoenix. So let me start her off with the plot. Let me start her off with the plot.
HP.
Speaking of Order of the Phoenix, aka Rupert Grint, he's in this new M. Night Shyamalan show called The Servant, and I kind of want to watch it because it has a 87 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Were you not burned enough by the last M. Night Shyamalan movie?
But this is the show with the 87 on Rotten Tomatoes. And Rupert Grint.
What did Old finish with?
Old? Like a 20. Jill, don't come around here, bro. You're not welcome around here no more.
Scarred.
Skedaddle. Fucking daddle. Let's look what old. You better just show me the movie. There you go. A 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know if I could trust numbers,
Yeah,
but I can trust numbers on this.
no, M Night
Okay,
Shyamalan. Yeah, but the show doing pretty good, and it got Rupert Grint, which I ain't seen him in shit for
Mm-hmm.
20 years. So I guess.
I think
What was I doing? Order of the
you were
Phoenix.
probably looking up the ooh. OTP. You
Not
know
what
me.
OPP. Yeah, you know me. All right, going in. Order the, not the fictional organization. I need the film. Anyway, here we go. Going up the plot. Going in strong. Oh, we're still at the
Let's
Dursley.
start.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were at the Dursley still at this one.
The Dursley.
Yeah, homies on the swings. This
Yeah.
this one really starts, and you're like, this is a different franchise.
Because even Dudley doesn't look the same.
Yeah, everyone's old. Everything has like a new filter on it.
Mhm.
There's a lot of wind.
It's like we went from being like 8 to 11-year-olds to 17-year-old.
Yeah, definitely. So Harry Potter and Dudley get attacked by Dementors. Harry repels them using the Patronus spell. Ministry of Magic shows up, and they're like, hey, bruh, Jill, you're trying to destroy the set, and we don't fucks with that. The Ministry of Magic is like, hey, bro, you messed up.
You did it wrong.
And you can't. You're going to be expelled from Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Did they throw out like sending him to Azkaban? I can't remember. How serious was the punishment?
Some people like touted that, but
Yeah.
anyway, the Order of the Phoenix, a secret organization founded by Albus Dumbledore, informs Harry that the Ministry of Magic is oblivious to Lord Voldemort's return. They go to the headquarters. Sirius Black shows up, mentioning that Voldemort seeks an object he previously lacked. Harry believes it to be a weapon. Cornelius Fudge has appointed Dolores Umbridge, Hogwarts' new defense against the dark arts teacher. This character is so good. She doesn't want to teach any spells, any of that stuff. She like completely changes the school. We go forward. Harry's forced to write lines for lying about Voldemort. That's when you get the little scene with the quill and it's burning into his hands. And he's like, but he's rock fucking hard. He just takes it. Well, shit. God damn it.
Clip that one, Chance.
Damn it. He's rock hard. He
You didn't have to say it again.
He's hard.
You had the chance to not say it a second
Umbridge
time.
gains more control over the school.
He
Ron
is
and
a
Hermione.
strong-willed man.
Fuck you, man.
He's bricked up.
He's bricked up because of the quill. Yeah.
Because of the quill.
Anyway, Dumbledore's army. They found Dumbledore's army, a secret group to teach students defensive spells. Umbridge recruits Slytherins from an inquisitorial squad to spy. That's a word, inquisitorial.
Yeah.
No, never heard of that one. Squad to spy on other students. Meanwhile, Harry and Cho Chang develop romantic feelings for each other. They find a little secret room. Get a little secret room. The secret room is dope.
Mm-hmm.
Also, for some reason, I remember it very vividly from the GameCube games, like the real ones, not the Legos.
Yeah.
And
Whoa. Don't ever diss on the Lego.
no,
games
but I
like
mean,
that.
my memory is from the real,
okay.
not the Lego.
You
Like the
mean
Lego ones were
real as
good.
in
Yeah.
just not Lego.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'll let it slide.
Harry envisions Arthur Weasley being attacked in the Ministry. Consoled that Voldemort will exploit his connection to Harry, they try to teach him clemency.
They try to make his brain stronger.
Yeah, so they go into his mind, which is great.
It's Snape.
That's so good. Yeah, and when he fucking reverse.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes into his memories, that was nice, and he sees that his dad was kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm.
The connection between Harry and Voldemort further isolates Harry from his friends. Bellatrix Lestrange gets yeeted from Azkaban prison. She gets escaped. She gets broken out. Umbridge exposed Dumbledore's army. Dumbledore falsely accused of forming it. Just straight up admits to doing it. He's like I did that shit, and then he leaves in style. And even that one guy says that. He's like, man, gotta admit, he's got style. So good. Umbridge becomes the new head mistress, which is terrible. He gets a vision of Voldemort torturing Sirius. Harry, Ron, Hermione rush to Umbridge's office to alert the Order via the Floo network, which is the little chimneys.
Yeah,
love those fucking things.
They're cool.
Those things are dope. Umbridge catches them, and as she's about to severely punish Harry with the Cruciatus Curse, which was like, oh, this is real shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hermione claims Dumbledore has hidden a secret weapon in the Forbidden Forest. She and Harry lead Umbridge to where Hagrid's giant half-brother Grawp is kept. The Centaurs confront them, kidnap Umbridge, which is crazy as shit.
Yeah.
It, like, really goes down. And then the gang, the Avengers of Harry, Hermione, Ron, Luna Lovegood, Neville Longbottom, and Ginny fly to the Ministry of Magic on
It's honestly
Thestrals.
pretty cool getting to see, like, okay, we got a
team.
squad beyond
we got a team.
Harry and
Yeah.
Hermione and Ron.
It's great. The Six enter the Department of Mysteries to recover the object that Voldemort is after. A bottled prophecy labeled with Harry's name. All the Death Eaters show up. You find out that Malfoy is a Death Eater. Bellatrix Lestrange shows up. Lucius reveals that Harry's vision of Sirius being tortured was a ruse to lure him there, which makes total sense. Harry refuses to give Lucius the prophecy, and then they start fighting. Good ass fight scene. Really, really, really good. The Death Eaters overpower the students and force Harry to surrender the prophecy. When Harry hands it to Lucius, Sirius and Remus Lupin arrive. They arrive with everybody else: Nymphadora, Kingsley, and Mad-Eye Moody. They attack the Death Eaters. Lucius drops the prophecy, breaks it. Boom. Sirius gets his ass, but then Bellatrix Vada Kedavras him, and then he falls into the. Do we ever get any explanation about that archway?
Not in the
You
movie.
do in the books? Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Is it explanation that we're gonna get in further movies? I can't remember.
No.
So what is it? Would you like to enlighten us?
I assumed it's something like the gateway to death or something, because he says he can hear people whispering from it. Because
yeah,
he can
it's
hear
only him and Luna that can see it.
yeah, which is
Okay.
yeah, the veil. Is it
Okay.
just like a gateway to the afterlife?
If you find out anything cool, let us know.
Okay. Voldemort appears, but moments before he can kill Harry, Dumbledore arrives. Then we get into a really badass fight where everything's going down. Dumbledore and Voldemort sending like intense ass magic back and forth to each
Never
other.
casting a spell the whole time.
Yep.
Not vocalizing spells.
Yeah,
They're
just
just
grabbing.
throwing.
Yep, and then they're catching each other's spells, sending them back. It's a real Dragon Ball moment. It's really
It's
good.
cool.
Two wizards are evenly matched, so Voldemort possesses Harry's body, wanting Dumbledore to sacrifice him. The love Harry feels for his friends and family quickly drives out Voldemort. Ministry officials arrive, seize him. Fudge admits that he was wrong the entire time, resigns in disgrace. Umbridge gets dismissed, returns Hogwarts, and returns as Dumbledore returns as Hogwarts headmaster. Dumbledore explains he had distanced himself from Harry to prevent Voldemort from exploiting their connection. He also reveals the prophecy as he grieves Sirius's death. Harry tries to come to terms with the prophecy. Neither can live while the other survives. Dumbledore also admits, I was wrong. I tried to do a thing, and it was the wrong thing to do. I'm sorry I did that to you. Another peg in the reasons why Dumbledore is the shit.
Yeah.
Because he even when
fault.
yeah even when shit was
Because his plan is a good plan.
yeah
Because he obviously knows that Voldemort can
yeah.
get into
It's
Harry's
a chess
mind.
move. It's
Yeah.
a chess move. It didn't pay out. It was a blunder, but he comes and he admits that shit. Like, hey, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
'cause
sorry I made you feel
he
that way.
could have just told him that, hey, we're not telling you anything for this reason.
Yeah.
Voldemort
nope.
can use your mind.
Nope, didn't do that. Now let's get into a couple of write-ins from the fans here.
Get into what you got.
Chance, of course, writes in.
Before you
Go
read that.
go
the
in.
veil.
The veil. Turn the mic on.
Turn the lights down.
I never fixed my mic from when Noah was on, so like,
Ooh, it
We're
could
fixing the
be-
levels.
yeah.
Fixing the levels.
Can't actually see the levels.
A little low. They're a little low.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, cool.
Better. There you go.
So it's literally just a physical manifestation of the veil between the land of the living and the land of the dead.
Yeah.
The reason that they say that they only Harry and Luna could hear it is because
they've witnessed
they've had
death?
someone close to them die.
Yeah.
It's not. It's anyone can hear voices, but only. So Neville probably heard him too.
Yeah.
If he was focused enough to
Yeah.
realize you can't hear what they're saying. They're not actually saying anything. It's because it cuts him off.
Wait, why
So,
are we
like,
assuming Neville?
because his parents.
Because
died.
he
Well, no, Harry can see it not because his parents died, but because Cedric died.
yeah, but Neville.
No, those
Didn't
are
Neville-
those are the horses. He can see the horses because
Yeah.
the veil is there for everybody. Even the people can.
Well,
As long as someone's close to you has died.
yeah, it's,
Okay,
that's what
okay,
it was saying. It's like someone close to them, like super close to them, has died. So Neville probably could hear it.
Okay, yeah, because his parents died.
But
I
they just weren't.
understand that, but there's a clear understanding, like, because Luna and Harry, they established that there's a connection
Yeah.
they have because they've recently seen
Yeah.
people close to them die.
And maybe it's because they watched them die. Neville didn't watch his parents die.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
That's why I think
anybody can
Neville
hear
probably
their
couldn't.
like anyone can
Yeah.
hear the voices.
Yeah.
So
not
it's
them.
just yeah. So it's just kind of like a
Yeah.
It was extra symbolism.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
it was
to have him
unnecessary
fade into it.
symbolism.
Literally
Yeah.
go into that.
But
Yeah.
they can't communicate back and forth. Like you can't talk back to them.
Okay.
You can't go through it or you'll die.
that makes sense.
And so
I can't
it's
wait to
just-
get into these audiobooks after this.
It literally. I mean, the
You're
thing
gonna
was
like it?
saying
Yeah.
that like the
Fair.
Department of Mysteries is like, yeah, we don't know why it's here. We just study it, man.
I guess that makes sense. Going in on some of the write-ins from the fans here before we get into our deep thoughts and rank this bad boy. Chance writes in, fun fact, Order of the Phoenix is the longest book, but the second shortest Harry Potter movie. Umbridge is amazingly horrible. Imelda Staunton ripped the character right from the books and gave one of the best performances, maybe the best, period, out of all the movies. We get some of the best characters introduced in this movie, like Bellatrix, Luna, Grop, and the main cast of the Death Eaters. And, of course, we get the dope-ass Voldemort versus Dumbledore fight at the end. Rest in peace. Sirius. Fielding writes in, this movie starts out so fast. So much happens in the first 8 minutes, it's ridiculous. I find the idea that there are creatures in the magical world that you can only see if you have witnessed death fascinating. I hate Professor Umbridge with a passion. Imelda Staunton did a great job in that role. The fight scenes were pretty cool, and I like how it showed the progression and magical skill the members of Dumbledore's army had. I agree. I agree with both these statements. Very,
Yeah,
very much.
I didn't think about that, but Fielding brings up a great point where like there's a clear distinction between like the Death Eaters and the Order of the Phoenix fighting
Yep.
versus Dumbledore and Voldemort fighting
Yep.
versus the kids trying to keep up.
Yeah, exactly.
There's clear different levels of like
yeah. And
strength
even
there.
even within the kids themselves, their
Yeah.
ability, Harry's ability, Hermione's ability versus Neville's ability.
Ginny's just powerful,
Yeah.
uncontrollable power.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's very good.
No, it's fantastic. So let's get into our deep thoughts about this movie. What?
What's up?
In that fight scene in like the prophecy room,
Mhm.
like everyone else was using stunning spells, disarming spells, like everything to just keep them away, like defensive spells.
Yeah.
Jenny killed that guy.
What
Like
is she- I think she just used ridiculous instead
Yeah.
of him flying like
no,
100
she used
feet.
reducto, which reduces it to dust. So she just
Damn.
annihilated him.
She did. Was she? Yeah, I guess she did use Reducto.
Did she?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that man went flying.
Remember, because in the scene where they were training in the room, she used it on the thing, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh yeah, yeah, it did.
that was
Yeah.
like her spell. So she just completely
She's too
obliterated
powerful,
that guy.
Yeah, no, she's great. Get into our thoughts about this movie. I think
so many good characters.
the big standout I think is what both Chance and
Umbridge.
Fielding, which is Umbridge. What's her name? Imelda Staunton. Fantastic.
Crazy good. It is
So good.
It is the most easily hateable character.
No, so fast from the
Yeah.
jump. And this is one of those things.
She just looks
Yeah.
away.
And
That
I
pisses me
referenced
off.
it. I referenced it last movie. These movies do a lot of good to world build, to ease you into knowledge, to make you feel certain ways. And our last episode when we talked about Goblet of Fire, I referenced this movie in which, from the beginning, when you see Umbridge, you see her opposed to Harry, which immediately
Mhm.
makes you be like, okay, little
You're a
sus,
villain.
right? And then the next scene that you see her is you see the classroom joyous, filled with a lot of laughing
Mhm.
and all that stuff, and they're flying the little paper around, and then it immediately burns, turns to dust. Everyone gets sad. It's terrible, and then the camera cuts to Professor Umbridge, and it's a really good like just subconscious way to be like, okay, this is what this character is. This is what she symbolizes, how she's gonna be, and how you should feel for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's a good establishing thing for that character, and that is exactly what she does the whole movie. She makes everybody in the school feel like shit and makes her life a living hell, and us as viewers the same way.
Yeah, I think it's good because it clearly establishes, because you can't have Voldemort be the upfront villain the whole movie,
Yeah.
and she's a good sub villain.
No, 100%.
Where like there's not too much depth to her character.
Mhm.
You just hate her,
Yes.
and that's all you need to worry about while you're trying to
And she's a
focus on the bigger issue.
she's a believable character too, especially in the political world that we live in nowadays.
Yeah.
She's her thing is like, there's no possible way that this could be a thing, so I'm going to do everything and fully dive in to all of this shit that just opposes that.
Yeah.
There's no way the Dark Lord is back. You guys are dumb. Just to prove to you that you're dumb and the Dark Lord's back, I'm gonna do all the things that would not prepare you for him being back, right?
Yeah.
And she just fully just I'm not seeing the signs. I'm not seeing the signs, and she just washed them out of her mind. And partially for her mild worship of the whatchamacallem guy, minister, Fudge, Cornelius Fudge. Yeah, so that's really good. And then introduction to Luna Lovegood, honestly, like one of my faves from
Which is
this
a great
film.
character.
So good. She's
Enigma.
perfectly weird, says some of the best lines,
Mm.
and then her character's just great, especially like. Yeah, especially at the end, like Jordan referenced there, when she's like, "I'm trying to find my shoes," and then she sees them, and then she's just like, "Oh, whatever." And like her character is like so
Mhm.
unique, especially just in film in general. Like I really enjoy her character.
Yeah, she stands out a lot.
hmm
And,
The
from-
death scene, like them talking about death, is like, oh,
It's
these-
very good.
Yeah,
I think my favorite part of this movie is the training moments between Harry Potter and Snape.
yeah,
Because when you get that flashback scene from Snape of
Mhm.
him getting bullied by Harry's dad,
you get some exposition on Snape.
because that's obviously that's a lot of exposition for Snape. Where
Yeah.
you're like, man, this has to be a complicated scenario for
Yeah.
Snape. And then you think about Harry, and
Yeah.
he's like, my
And-
dad might not be the
Exactly.
hero I think he is.
And you got to put yourself in the mindset of someone who hasn't seen all the movies, right? Because
Yeah.
then that would be the first introduction of like, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to fucking hate Snape, right?
Yeah.
But we know obviously for the future of the franchise,
Yeah.
but like maybe I'm not supposed to hate Snape, and so that's like I really love that scene.
But
where
and
he's-
it's another perfect example of you like we're learning with Harry,
yeah,
where
And-
Harry learns his dad was a bully
exactly,
at the same time we do.
and the establishing again how powerful Harry is, that
Mhm.
he was like, nah, fuck you, and put the
Mhm.
Uno reverse card on that like powerful of a wizard that's the teacher, and he's like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm going into your head, motherfucker, and like it's super super good.
Mm.
What else? Yeah, I like getting Gop in there, Little Giant. Definite upgrade in CG once again, I
Yeah.
think. Seeing more of the centaurs because I love the centaurs, and then I just love the whole like I love it or love
Mhm.
hate it, I don't know, the whole montage of just the school progressively getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and then seeing them they're taking the paintings down. You can't
Oh,
be within
yeah,
6
yeah.
feet of each other, like doing all that stuff. Like it's so good,
It is really good
Yeah.
to see it fall and crumble. kind of
perfectly hateable.
under Umbridge's
Yeah,
leadership. Dude, it's so good. And then another good scene when she's trying to kick out who's the prophecy professor? Do you know?
Oh, I can't remember her name.
Trelawney? That sounds right.
Yeah,
When
that's a good.
she's
scene.
trying to get rid of her, and Dumbledore's like, "Listen, I understand the power you have,
I understand the
but
power
you-
I got.
but you can't just kick her off.
Yeah, like-
she could stay."
yeah, she's staying here, bitch.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
McGonagall's just doing what she
yes,
can.
and you get Minerva coming up and being like, "How could you do this?" And it's like a really good scene, and the whole school watching.
Mhm.
And
Because
then
they know they can't do anything
Mhm.
too out of line, or else they're next gone. And it's like, how do you like stand up for your people? And
yeah,
like,
and then Dumbledore just being like, "Get inside, y'all go to class."
it's fighting against Voldemort while also fighting against people who don't believe in Voldemort. And
Yeah.
it's just so hard for Dumbledore.
yeah,
Oh, dude, it's so good.
it just yeah, he has to deal with all the bullshit. Like, dude, the Dark Lord is back, and y'all are being stupid.
Yeah.
But now, finally, he's actually back, and it's all extrapolated by the newspaper lady, which like has some parallels to the real life, you know. I feel like, but damn, like, there's so many really really good scenes in this, and then yeah, like we were talking a second ago, I love the fight scene. From the moment that they get the band together
Mm-hmm.
to the end is like so good.
And
Running
I feel
and-
like you've needed one of those because I think that might be the one thing I feel like is lacking the most from like the first 4 movies
Mhm.
is that huge
We're gonna-
like
we're gonna get that.
colossal fight scene.
Yeah, we're gonna get that a lot.
Like fighting with the basilisk was okay.
mm-hmm.
I think it was fine. There wasn't really a fight with who's the guy in the first one. I mean it's Voldemort.
It's
and
Voldemort, but the weird guy. Yeah,
That's
there's no
not-
fight. Like,
It's not cool.
this is like actual action.
This is the 2 strongest wizards right now
Yeah.
going at it.
Yeah,
which is
it's
cool.
so good. I love the training montage of Harry teaching, the Dumbledore's army,
Mhm.
which is so good, and just getting a bunch of people in Gryffindor to be like, we're gonna hold it down for the team, and we're gonna believe you. Even the one guy who's like, my mom says you're a liar, and then he turns around and is like, shit, bro, I was wrong.
He's like,
I was
don't-
wrong.
I don't think that's right no more.
Yeah, like so good.
It's
Well,
not.
It's not just Gryffindors, but
because obviously Luna's
yeah,
there.
most of the people on Cam
Uh,
are Gryffindor.
Huh? she's Ravenclaw.
No, yeah, she's Ravenclaw.
Yeah, Luna's Ravenclaw.
But yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I'm like
It-
99%.
yeah, but it's just most of the people that get camera time in the Dumbledore's army is Gryffindor
Yeah, it's
people.
just assumed it's not Slytherin.
yeah,
that's all.
because the Slytherins are
Yeah, and
Inquisitor.
Cho, she's
Cho?
Hufflepuff, isn't
Cho. No, I think Cho. Actually, who knows? Who knows?
she? I'm pretty sure. I'll double check.
Are we ready
Hold
to rank this bad boy?
on. Okay, yeah. It's a great movie, dude.
Yeah, it's a really good movie, and I can't wait to get into Order of the Phoenix and
Mhm.
Deathly Hallows Part 1, Part 2.
Another thing, I feel like you didn't have to introduce that much to this movie.
Nope. Bellatrix Lestrange introduction is good.
And it's more just like this is Sirius's cousin.
Yep, and we're
She's crazy as hell.
gonna get more spice.
Eh.
You get some exposition on Sirius, his
Mhm.
relationship, him calling Harry James. He's like, "Good one, James." It's like, oh, and then even Harry's like, "Huh?"
Because you don't have time to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, you feel that.
Yeah, it's like it's a nice little like
I think your
small
mic is off,
nod.
Jordan, by the way. Okay.
Go ahead.
What,
Pull up the
is she
ranking.
Hufflepuff?
Is she's
Cho Chang.
Cho Chang. List the people.
What's the people? Just. Did you just Google Hufflepuff members?
Cho Chang.
Why did you Google Order of the Phoenix member? She's not a member of the Order of the Phoenix. Oh, okay.
She is
Friend, allies. She's Ravenclaw? Oh, okay.
Ravenclaw. Doesn't
I
make
thought
sense.
since she got with.
Guess that
or
makes
she was a
sense.
friend of Cedric. I thought.
Cedric.
Yeah. I guess, is there any relevant Hufflepuffs at this point?
Just Cho.
That's
Oh,
what I
yeah.
just said.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
That's why I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Luna's a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
She's
I
not Gryffindor.
No, she's not. I'm ready to rank this bad boy.
All right. Yeah, we can bring it up.
Pull up the ranking.
I'm ready.
Pull that bad boy.
They don't even list Luna in Dumbledore's army. That's kind of whack. Whoa.
All right.
Any sus stuff there? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh,
For a second, I thought they could see
I thought
that.
the people were seeing that. No, that was just us. Our bad. Our bad. Our bad. Ha ha ha. Ba-da-da-da. Where
you going with this? MCU. Harry Potter power rankings. Sorry, that's what we are.
We got rankings. Bring that bad boy up.
Maybe we rank all our rankings.
So we got 4 movies in there right now. The rankings are currently as follows: number 4, Chamber of Secrets; number 3, Sorcerer's Stone; number 2, Goblet of Fire; number 1, Prisoner of Azkaban. This list is redundant because these all bang, but we're still gonna do it. What are you thinking, dog?
No countdown. You just asking
we'll
me,
go.
you
We'll
want me to
go. We're going.
first?
Ready? 3,
2,
2, 1, 1. Yeah, I agree. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Chance ranks Prisoner of Azkaban above it. As much as I love Prisoner of Azkaban, the clear upgrade in CG, the clear upgrade in these motherfuckers acting.
Oh God, bro. Harry
and-
is actually a character I like now.
Yeah, and then of course, so much cool stuff. The Order, dope. Getting the gang together as the Avengers, dope. Dumbledore's army, dope. Like all of it's so good.
Yeah, I think you get the best line in any Harry Potter movie ever.
Which one's that?
Obviously.
Obviously.
Ob-
So good. So
obviously.
good. I can't wait for the next movie. So yeah, once again, get excited about that. There's the rankings. Order
So
of Things,
2
number 1.
movies because there's not gonna be.
Yep. So
Welcome back to the intro.
welcome back to the intro. So yeah, there's not going to be a film cast next week, but we will be ranking both movies in 2 weeks.
2
So that is
movies.
Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows Part 1. We'll be ranking both of them there.
Both of them.
Now the question is,
Joe, go.
do we do Fantastic
Joe, go.
Beasts?
Yes.
Do we?
I am of the vein of.
I kind of
yes.
want to as well because I think. Let me look at the timeline. Here
What do you mean timeline?
for when.
Tonks? Yeah. She's a
Tonks
Hufflepuff.
is a
Tonks
Hufflepuff.
is a Hufflepuff.
Okay, so if we next Monday we rank
Oh, you mean the
when the movie comes out.
calendar?
Yeah, so next Monday on the 21st we'll rank we'll Half-Blood Prince
movies.
and Deathly Hallows Part 1.
And
then
Deathly Hallows Part 2
on
28th.
The 28th we'll do Deathly Hallows Part 2. Then you got Fantastic Beasts 1. If we do Fantastic Beasts 1 and 2 on March 7th,
Why 1 and 2?
when does wait, maybe we just need to cuz I think it's the 18th. Fantastic Beasts 3 comes out in April.
I thought, yeah.
Fantastic Beasts.
Well, we do the Harry Potter rewatch.
Dumbledore.
reunion. That's
So,
a
hold
filler
up,
one.
Hold up. That comes out on April 15th. So we do 2 this one,
Chill.
then the final movie, then Fantastic Beasts 1, Fantastic Beasts 2.
Go.
No, we need to make it all the way to March. There's no way to make it to March. So we
What
do
do you
2
mean?
movies. Because it actually
You
comes
mean
out.
make it to April?
Yeah, because it comes out all the way up here. So there's not enough.
Hold on. The 7th is the last Harry Potter movie, correct?
So we'll do no Harry Potter, and then 28th is the last Harry Potter movie. Fantastic Beasts 1, Fantastic Beasts 2. Even if we do a filler one,
Reunion.
we still need 1, 2, 3. So
Okay.
we won't be able to do it. I was hoping we could line it up perfectly.
We can't, but we still could watch them.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think it lines up well enough that we could do Fantastic Beasts 3 when it drops in theaters.
Yeah.
As an off week and take like a break in between the movies.
Agree.
Because I don't want to stop. And I don't think
It's
we
too
do a
good.
week of the reunion. I think we just watch the reunion on top of whatever we watched and just talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, shoot.
After we watch Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Yeah, I just put the doc up like the show's over. We got a little bit of show left. There's no real news this week. Nothing really came out popping. There's nothing really going on in the movie news. A lot of mostly game news this week. There's big acquisitions and other stuff like that, and a lot of big news doesn't really come out for much. There's like some weird like casting updates for random shows, but random movies, but nothing really coming out popping. So
Go.
Jill is insane. No trailers this week either. So nothing really going on in the world of trailers.
Really no trailers?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I
Nothing.
guess you're right.
But we do have some stuff that we well. Have you watched anything? Because I do. I got stuff I've been watching. You watch anything besides Harry Potter? You've been locked in the P-Mon?
Caught up on The Bachelor.
Mm-hmm. There's not much to say about that.
Nah, but they hoed, what's her name? Elizabeth?
Yeah,
And they hoed Elizabeth, bro.
that sucks. Elizabeth.
You hate to see it.
You do hate to see it. I have been watching more. What?
Well,
The
yeah,
Olympics
but what's
does
there
it.
to be, what's
Wait.
there to say about the Olympics?
Yeah, we watched the Olympics. Yeah.
The Olympics are cool.
Watch more Euphoria. This episode might be the best episode of the season so far. It was mad intense. I can't wait for the end of the show. I'm glad there's gonna be 11
How
episodes
close are we
to the end.
to the tipping point to where we're almost Riverdale, is what I'm asking.
What exactly does that mean though?
That this, I now have to suspend my belief because this has gotten too unrealistic.
Nah. It's honestly, it's not that bad. Like,
Okay.
like it's when you. The thing is, when you pin them, like when you, or you're like, oh, these are high school kids. It's like, okay, this is a little ridiculous. But if you don't think about that, it's honestly not that ridiculous. Like if you think about like drug addicts and the shit that's going down, like this could be shit that happens. But shit that happens to high school kids, maybe not. Maybe
Okay.
not. But like
Okay.
stuff that happens in Riverdale, like I
That's
dropped
just
out-
stuff that shouldn't happen at all in
Yeah.
real life to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. But whereas this is like this, I think could be happening to people.
Okay.
But you know, like I dropped out in the 2nd grade to run drugs to help support my nan, and that
Yeah.
means you don't understand the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school.
How many
football.
times do you think you've said that on this podcast?
I don't fucking know.
It's got to be up
I
to like
hate
8,
that
dude.
phrase. But anyway, yeah, Euphoria is smacking. There's 6 episodes left. I'm so like we're not even halfway through the season, which is great. I'm so
Do you
excited.
think we see a happy ending for our characters?
No, there's no way.
She gonna die?
I could see it. I could see like
Tragic.
a death. Yeah, I could see a death ending. I
No,
know
no.
someone has to die. Like someone's gonna be dying from some dumb shit. I don't
Not
know.
Fez, bro.
I don't know
He's
what
the only
happens.
reason I watched it.
I love
He's the only
Fez.
reason I stay in the living room.
The petition to cast Angus, the guy who plays Fez, as Mac Miller in
In
a
a
biopic.
biopic is so high.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, like please.
Dude, he's. And he,
I don't even fuck with Mac Miller like that, but I would watch that.
There's a TikTok sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's the scene where the guy's getting beat up while he's getting interrogated by Fez and his the little guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm very confused. And then Fez is like, you're confused, man. I'm confused. And I don't care what the TikTok is. I just listen so I can hear that man
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
I love that character.
No, he's great. He's great.
I just want to show with him.
A TikTok of him walking through like the mall or something, and
Yeah.
his real voice is the exact same.
yeah.
He did this thing where like there's a poster of Zendaya with like her makeup line or something, and he walked by and he goes, walking through the mall, guess who I found? Zendaya. What's up, girl? How you doing? And then it's a poster. It's saying that he goes, damn, you acting brand new.
Jill, why
It's
you
like, it's
tripping?
great.
Don't destroy the set.
She needed her bone.
Don't destroy the set, Jill. You're insane.
She's
You are
geeking right
stupid.
now.
bro.
And then I finished Archive 81.
Okay, you did.
Yes,
I was
Complete-
curious if you ever heard.
completely finished. Spoilers for Archive 81. Skip ahead just a couple of minutes.
Okay.
So finish that show. This show was a pretty amazing journey. Noah watched 2 episodes towards the end and then ended up leaving for the finale. He didn't watch the finale with us, and then he stayed up all night and binged the whole show. Noah really, really dug it. He was
Okay.
super into it, which I didn't expect, but definitely makes sense. This show was super, super good. Probably one of the best horror shows I've seen out there. That being said, I think the ending falls mad flat. Which sucks. Jill, like, why are you on 10 today? Like, why are you on 10 today? I think the ending falls mad flat, like, which sucks to say, and I know a lot of people don't agree, but it's partially valid criticism and partially invalid criticism because it mostly chalks up to I was hoping that this would be a series one and doneer, and they do the classic, we got to do some stuff at the end to set up for a season 2.
Yeah.
Which I think doesn't work well here. And then also when I try to imagine what a season 2 could be, I don't foresee anything nearly as good as this first one because this first season is all about the weird intrigue. What's going on? You get all the answers to your questions. Your questions are completely answered. I have no questions left except for one big one that they pose with like the cliffhanger, like, huh? But other than that one, all of my questions are answered. So there's no intrigue. There's no mystery. And it is because it starts as like this weird cult. What's going on? We're trying to figure it out. To we figured it out, and it's actually kind of like a weird thing between these people that want to summon this demon and this group of people that want to stop them from summoning a demon. And now that we're in the position that you're in now, towards the end, it just feels like season 2 is just going to be 2 factions battling it out, which is not why I watched this show.
Yeah.
I watched this show for the weirdness, the intrigue, the mystery. There's none of that now. So season 2, I just don't see as being good. But
Because
they set it up as the go ahead.
Because it's one of those things where, like, I feel like the show is interesting not because of the characters, but what's happening around the characters.
Yeah.
And now that the thing that's happening around the characters is,
Solved.
you know what's happening.
Yeah.
You're not interested in just watching these characters
Exactly.
talk for a whole nother season.
And
yeah.
it's like the thing I have a problem with season 1 of Riverdale. I actually think season 1 of Riverdale is like 9 out of 10. Like I think it's really, really good. But then when you think of like the last 5 minutes where they set it up for season 2, it's like, this sucks. Because if you had just ended it, this would have been like a top 10er show for me because that season is a really good murder mystery season of show.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about this, where it's like so good. And then like the last 10 minutes of the last episode, I'm like, fuck. Like, why did you do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So what ends up happening is he goes into the spirit world to find this girl or whatever, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna get her. They're gonna come out. She's gonna be the same age that she was back in 1990. They're gonna fall in love. Honestly, I'm here for this ending. Let's do it. And then he goes back in time, or doesn't go back in time. He goes into the weird spirit world where the demon is to get her. Before he gets her, some other dude shows up, grabs her, takes her. Boom, boom. Something happens. He wakes up. He's in 1994, and then she comes into the present, and then he's like stuck in 1994, and he's like, what the fuck? And then that's what the end is. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. I don't understand.
Because then I see your point. Because now it feels like it's less about solving like
and more about time and shit. Like the thing's been solved.
like yeah.
He figured it out. He figured out what was going on, and then he used that to try to get into the spirit world to save her, right?
Mhm.
And it was like, okay, cool. But now we've turned it into something weird, and I don't like it. So I
Okay.
really, really enjoy the show, and I still think people should watch the show because I'm one of the only people that I see out there that has this opinion. Most other people think that it's great. They can't wait for season 2. Netflix hasn't renewed it, but the guy who made it was like, oh yeah, I'm making a season 2,
Mhm.
all that type of stuff. Noah was like, I love the ending. The ending was awesome. So like, don't just take my opinion for it. And Adriana had no problem with the ending either. She was like, oh, I thought the ending was fun.
It seems like it's another like Squid Games ending where you're like, yeah, you're not gonna get me the second time.
Yeah.
Where because
Like Squid Game ending, honestly, doesn't necessarily set up for a season 2, but it kind of could.
yeah.
But like, I agree with you. They're doing season 2, and that feels kind of disingenuous.
yeah.
You know?
Because you were there for was watching these characters go through this event,
Yeah.
and spoiler alert for Squid Games, they're all gone.
Yeah.
So like, how do you rebuild that for me?
Yeah.
Without, I guess you could introduce a whole another cast and make me fall in love.
Yeah, but
But I'm not
the
there.
charm,
Yeah.
the newness, that was part of why that thing hits.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I feel about Fallout. No, not said Fallout because that's what I'm about to talk about in a second. I watched HBO's Fallout, brand new movie that came out, hour and a half, very very short,
Mm-hmm.
super fucking good. I can definitely see this being in a top 5 conversation at the end of the year. This is definitely one of those movies that I watched and I was like, Sound of Metal has a feel to it. Like a specific movie feel. Nomadland, those type of movies, they have this feel to it. And this movie has that type of feel. I don't know if you
Mhm.
understand what I'm trying to say here,
No, I get what you're saying.
but like it's like a very specific feel to a movie. It's just a drama, and it's really good. It's about this girl who goes to the school. She has these friends, yada yada yada. First 10 minutes of the movie, school shooting happens,
Mhm.
and like one of the craziest, most intense emotional scenes I've seen in some like childhood drama like this, of this girl with this other girl and this boy hampered in a bathroom when the school shooting is happening, and you hear the gunshots and they're crying and they're trying to text people. It's very, very intense, and it's right at the very beginning of the movie, so this isn't huge spoilers. And that just got me where I was like, I'm locked in, like I'm
Mhm.
focused. And it's called Fallout because the movie is about the aftermath of that, the PTSD the girl has to deal with, her relationship with her family and how they treat her, how their friends talk, funerals, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And it's so good. Like it's really, really good. I recommend anyone out there to watch it. And I definitely think at the end of the year, this will be in a top 10, possibly even, depending on how many good movies come out this year, possibly even top 5 conversation. But I really enjoyed watching that movie. Cried like a baby. Super good.
Dig it.
Definitely recommend. Now, what's coming soon? This week on Friday, you have Death on the Nile, the murder mystery with Gal Gadot and the gang.
Yeah.
Comes out on Friday. I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
It's like a spinoff of the Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah,
that what it's
except
called?
this is a boat, not a train.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's been being sold as.
Yeah, and then Jackass Forever dropped on Friday, which I guess we didn't talk about last week. I don't know how it wasn't on the Movie Insider coming out, but
Mhm.
yeah, it came out. I might go watch that in theaters. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's getting really good scores. It has like a 87.
I wonder. Okay, I don't know much about Jackass.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason to watch if I don't care about the stupid stunts?
Maybe because the way people are touting this is like it's about like because Jackass in the beginning is of course it's dumb and stupid and goofy, but like ultimately like if you want to get a little meta, it's kind of like about like friendship and shit, like
Yeah.
which sounds stupid and cheesy, but it really is.
Because
Like
I think I'm in for that if it's
Yeah.
more like a documentary about these guys
They
who
have
used
a
to do really stupid stuff.
they have a documentary about these guys that's called Dumb,
Yeah.
D-U-M-B, Dumb something like the magazine that changed everything. I can't remember. It's kind of a documentary about the Jackass guys. That is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I haven't got around to watching that. That came out a few years ago. I do want to watch that. I think this is just another Jackass.
Yeah.
This is the boys are back in town, type of thing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think I'm like 100% in. And it's getting a lot of good scores, so I might go out and watch it in theaters.
Okay.
So I may report back. Who knows? One reader mail this week. You can write into sync.pod@gmail.com or the reader mail submissions tab at the Discord. Any questions, comments, concerns, or games, and we will read those on the show. Just like Pablo did. Shout out to Pablo.
Pablo.
That's my son. has become a running joke with my wife and a few friends. I know it's not meant to be funny, but I can't help myself. To this day, my wife and I will yell it at each other whenever we watch Goblet of Fire. One of the best parts. I guess for a question, is there a serious part or line of a movie that you enjoy taking out of context and laugh about? I know I'm horrible.
A serious line?
I don't think I can think of one. Because I put this in the doc and I thought about it for like 30 minutes.
When I make
My move.
you're free to check the king.
That's more
It's
from
kind of a serious one, but that's
it is.
TikTok. Yeah.
It's from TikTok.
The only one I can think of recently is obviously, but
Obvious.
obvious.
But that's because we're like in the moment. Like I wish I
can't
had a
think of
better
it.
memory.
I don't have catchphrases.
Yeah.
Maybe I do. I don't. Do we have catchphrases?
Damn.
Thanks. That's a no.
I don't know.
I
can't think of one. Sorry, Pablo. But that you are horrible though. That's a very sad fucking moment, Pablo.
That's my son. That's a good one though.
Yeah.
I think if you were gonna pick one, that's a good one.
That's my son that Cedric Diggory's dad yells when he sees his body. Yeah. That's my boy. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Synced Up Podcast Filmcast. I said podcast because I was about to
Whoa.
tell you that the 100th episode of the podcast is next week.
Run it all back.
So there will be no Synced Up Filmcast.
Start over.
Get excited for that 100th
Take
episode
4.
extravaganza. I'm very, very stoked. For those of you that support us on Patreon at patreon.com/synced up at the $5 tier, there will be a post show for you after this, and we'll see you in a few minutes. For everybody else, we'll see you guys next week for the
Time to play
100th
with our
episode.
wands.
Jesus.
Goodbye. Hit the
God
button.
damn.
Goodbye.
Peace.